So we are going to start now, guys, and good evening all. So, so in the last session, right, we had discussed on the Kubernetes architecture as well as the installation, right? Majorly, like we discussed about the kubeadm installation, right? Kubeadm is basically used for doing a multi-node installation, right? So what I would say, what I would do today, right? I would again do an installation of the same kubeadm, so that it will be kind of a refreshing for all of you, as well as if you have any doubts again today, or some doubts is going on with your mind, like you can clarify today also with respect to the installation. Okay. and and we will see, like today we will note down some steps also, like on to the installation part, and I'll share that notes to you all in our WhatsApp group also. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me now launch a EC2 instance. Before that, let me open a notepad, because I need to maintain all the notes today. Okay. Okay, so this is what the notes write. So we will have today the day 3 session, day 3 notes. Okay, guys. So let me open the console of AWS account. Okay, guys. So now, so this is my AWS console. So I have to go to the EC2 instance. So the last class, right, we had selected Ubuntu, right? So we'll do with the Ubuntu itself again. So I'll go to the launch instance. Now, guys, whenever suppose somebody have to work on CentOS, actually, okay, CentOS. So here, if you see, right, if you go to the EC2, here, if you check it, you will not see the CentOS here. Correct? You won't see the CentOS. So what you have to do, you have to go to the AWS Marketplace, and here you have to type CentOS 7 or CentOS 8, whatever. So here you could see that you can select this CentOS 7. Okay. So that's what I would say, that you can select this one if you want. Okay. So, but I will go with the Ubuntu launch instance. So I'll go with the Ubuntu. I'll go with the Ubuntu 18.04, not 20. I'll go with this. But you know that whenever we are selecting for the Kubernetes, we have to go with the T2 medium, not T2 micro, because it will be dead slow. As well as the configuration requires little higher thing, right? You need a 2 CPU core and 2 GB of minimum RAM is required, so that we cannot get it from here. So I will better go with the T2 medium. So I need 2 instances because I'm creating master as well as on worker node. So I'll go with the 2. Okay. So I'll go with the tag. I will give it later. So here I'll just select the security groups, my security groups, which I have already created, and I'll say launch. I will use the same key which I have already created in the last class. I'll just say launch. So here, so it's coming up. So let me name, I'll just say it as a master node.
Rajesh, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
In the security group, what was the type that you actually saved before? Was that type SSH or?
So what I did, right, when I went to the security groups, right? Here, if you go to the security groups, here what happened, right? If you click on this, here in the inbound, right, I have made as a all traffic actually.
Okay.
You have to make all traffic. Okay.
Right.
And here again, I have added SSH. It is not required because when you're added all traffic, SSH or anything is not required.
Right.
So you have to always do. This is not a good recommendation. You should always do all traffic. You should basically open the port which is required for your thing. For example, you're doing SSH. You have to only open SSH, not all port. So similarly, if you're doing an FTP or Telnet, you have to only open those ports actually. But
Right.
okay, fine. We are today, I mean, we are just doing for learning purpose, right? I'll open the alt traffic so that I should not face any issue in the future. That's what I'm using
Right.
alt traffic. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Rajesh.
So here I have just given node master node as well as this is worker node 1. Later I'll also add worker node 2 or whatever. So these are the two servers. So it has come in the running mode. Okay, so I'll just click on this. I can do a connect here. I can click on this connect, or else I'll do one thing. I already have a PEM key. I've created a PPK, right? PPK file. I'll connect to it. So I'll go with the public IP4 address. I'll copy it. I'll open it. I'll go with the downloads directory where I have kept my PPK file. Actually, see here, I have created a PPK file. With the help of a putty I have created a PPK file. So what I will do, basically, I'll go and I will launch a putty session. And here I will give a Ubuntu at the rate and specify the public IP. So this is the public IP, correct? Why I'm giving Ubuntu here? Because this is a Ubuntu server. By default, when you log in, the user account will be Ubuntu itself. That's what you have to give Ubuntu. Or else, if you're not giving also, it'll ask for the username and it'll ask for the password. There also you can give like that. So if I give 18, and here if I give change, and I'll select a color here, and I will go to the SSH auth browse, give this PPK file and say open. See here, see it is asking for the username. So I know that by default it is Ubuntu. Okay, and the password is nothing but the PPK file, right? Whatever we are given. So I have logged into the system. So this is a user account. If I execute who am I, it will show you that who is the user who has logged in. Ubuntu is a user who has logged in. So I'll do a control. I will do a clear screen, and I'll say I'll switch to the super user. Yes. Now I have logged into the master node. Similarly, click on here, copy this public IP address, go to the putty. Here you can give directly now Ubuntu. You know very well that Ubuntu at the rate and specify the public IP appearance, change the font size to 12 or 14, whatever, and then go to the color. You can give any default settings or you can give some other color. So after giving it, you have to go to the SSH here, click on here, expand the SSH, you'll get authentication. So you have to, it is pointing to the private key for authentication. You have to click on the browse, select this, and then say open. Okay, you're able to see, you're able to log into the Ubuntu now. So if you do a sudo root here, you're able to log in. Now, if you see it here, sir, if you see it here, you're logged into the machine, and this is your host name. Host name. See, the host name, it is showing as an IP address itself of that server. Like if you execute ifconfig command, you could see that this is IP address, sir. Same thing, it is showing with the host name. Okay. Similarly, here also the host name. See, as soon as I logged in, I can, if you log in, if I execute the host name, it is showing it. But tomorrow I will say that no, Rajesh, okay, this is the server which is a master node. So what I will do, I will change the host name itself. So host name ctl command set -host name, and I will give as a master here. Okay, so you are given the master here, but to refresh it, you again do a bash. Now you could see that the host name has got changed. So this is a command actually. So like this. Okay, similarly, if I come here, same thing. If I do a host name ctl, this is all Linux commands, sir. Host name, set host name, and give, this is a worker node, right? I will just say worker 1. Then again I'll do a bash. See, now it came to work. Fine. So here and everything fine. Now what I have to do is that actually we know very well that whenever I'm installing with the kubeadm install, the first thing is that I have to install the Docker. right? We need some container, right? First I have to install the Docker. So first let me do one thing. Let me go into the kubeadm install Docker. So if you execute it, you will be able to go to the Kubernetes official site. Always you should go with the Kubernetes official site itself. So here, if you come down, and he will tell you about many other things here. Now you could see that the installing the runtime means container time. Runtime means container. Now you could see that you can even install Docker or containerd or CRIO. So as I said in the last session, right, containerd will be replaced by Docker by next release actually. Okay, container will be a default container in Kubernetes. Docker will go off actually. Okay, so if you see here, if you come to the container runtime for more info, click on here, come at the end. See, you need this Docker to be installed. So now we know very well that I will use the get script for the Docker. So if you click on this, you have to run this curl command. See? So as I said, like I will do parallel in both the nodes so that I can do this installation very fast. So execute that and execute this. So it is always better that you switch to the root user and do it, because like there are many other Kubernetes commands are there which you have to run as a root user. Okay, so that's the reason I would always prefer you to get into the root user and then execute all the things, whatever you want to do. Clear? So here the Docker installation is going on. Fine. Once the Docker install is happening, okay. Now what is happening that I already, if after Docker is getting installed, it default it creates this directory. So I need not to run this again. So I can just copy these lines. So it is completed here. I'll just click on it and say enter. Here also the same thing I'll do. Enter. After that, you could see that. Come here. You have to just blindly execute these commands. See? You are enabling the Docker. And after that, what you're doing, you are reloading the daemon, Docker daemon. Okay. And then you are executing this. So once you are executed this, once you have completed it, you have to just execute a command docker info to just verify that Docker is installed or not. So you should get the output like this. So then it means that Docker is installed. The same thing even in last class also said the same thing, right? So now this is completed, sir. Now Docker or the container is completed. Now the main stuff is that you need to install the kubeadm, kubelet, and kubectl. These are the three components, and this installation you have to do in all the nodes actually. You have to give, if suppose you have some 10 worker node and you have some 2 or 3 master node, in everywhere you have to install it actually. Okay, so because this is a Debian machine, Debian means here it Ubuntu is a Debian distribution OS actually. It follows up the Debian way of packaging. Similarly, if you go to the CentOS or Red Hat, it will be a RPM packaging. Okay, so here because Ubuntu is a Debian package, we have to follow this method actually. So here what you are doing, first you have to update the cluster. Sorry, first update the node actually. Sudo apt get update and then install this package. After that, download the Google Cloud Public Signing Security Key. One thing. Click on here, install it. Okay. After that, you have to add up this apt repository. Copy this. Okay. And after that, you have to again update it. Install the kubeadm, kubectl, and kubeadmin, kubelet, all these packages. So the installation is going on now. So once the installation completes, you have to run this apt mark. So we have installed it. Now we have installed in both master as well as worker node. It means that our installation is got completed. You could see that we hardly took some 10 minutes of time. So it's so fast, right? So that's what I said, like you have to do 2 through 2, 3, do a lot of times so that you are well versed with your installation part. Now, once this completes, he says that we have to run a kubeadm init. So I have to run this kubeadm init in the master node. So let me clear the screen. Kubeadm init. So just execute this command, kubeadm init. It initialize it. What it initialize? It does the setup. What are the setup it does? It's going to create an API server. It's going to create a controller. It's going to create a scheduler, right? It's going to even create the etcd database. Basically, what happened, right? And it will install all kind of certificates. It'll generate the token. It will install the certificates actually. So a lot of things it does. And basically, what you if you see it, basically what the kubeadm init will do, it will try to create all the containers here. Okay, guys. So it's going to create a containers, all containers. Like for example, so all the containers. So what I will do now, so I will copy this the whole stuff, because the last time I said, right, you need to copy it. Actually, you say that your Kubernetes control plane or control or master has been initialized successfully. And to start your cluster using cluster, you have to do it below. And this is the join command. So what I will do, I'll copy this and I will paste it here. I'll keep a copy of this. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll just copy this, run in the master node. So this you have to do it. And also the export the kube config. Okay. So these things you have to do, sir. Now, what I was trying to tell you here is that now once you do a kube init, it does many things. That it initializes the, it initializes the all kind of a components of the Kubernetes master node, like kube API server, kube control manager, kube scheduler, right? So basically, you could see that it is referring to some manifest file. This we will see later and all. And finally, it has created it. Now, if you check it out, kube. Now you need to run some few commands. So basically, we always use the kubectl. And if you execute the get node command, if you execute the get node command, it will show you which are all the nodes which are there in the Kubernetes cluster. Right now, the master, which is in the control plane, it is there. And it is showing as a not ready state. And the version is v1 122.4. And the age, how long this master node is up and down, it is running from 81 seconds, right? Because we created it. Now, why it is showing not ready? Because like there is no network pod here. If you have a network pod, then only it will come to a ready state actually. So for the network pod, there are many networking models which is supported by the Kubernetes. So like we have a Weave pod, Weave network pod. We have a Callisto pod. Like that, we have many. You can choose any one, sir. All are same. So I have to go with the View network. I'll go with the View network. So what I'll go to the Google. I'll just say kubectl install network View network. So as soon as you just search for this string, right, you can go with the first link itself, sir. Now here, what is happening that you are having a, here you have to just copy this kubectl apply, whatever we have, and just paste it in your master node. Now you could see that it has actually created the View network. Okay, RBC authorization, many of the other components it has initialized. Now if you execute the kubectl get node, now you could see that it has come to the ready state. So after installing the network pod itself, it will come to a ready state. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, sir. Now, so as I said, like once you do a kube init will initialize it. But you know, we know that the networking is a different stuff, which we have to explicitly make it run by executing this particular command here. Okay, so network add-ons will not come by default with installation. You have to separately install it. So it depends upon the user. You want to use a Weave network or Callisto or any other network pod, right? He can use it actually. Okay. Now, as I said, like if you execute the kube in it, lot of pods are getting created. Like you have a controller pod, you have an API pod, right? I want to check it, sir. What are all those pods actually? You have to execute the command kubectl-n cube system. You will learn all this command later. Don't worry now. Get pods. See? So these are all the pods, sir. These are all the pods which are running in your master. You could see the kube scheduler, kube proxy, kube controller, kube API server, etc master, core DNS, Weave network. This is your network pod, and all should be in a running state, sir. If any one of the pod is not in a running state, it is in a container creating state, you have to wait till it comes to a running state. Once you see all these pods which are running state, now you can say that your master is completely set up now. Okay, the master is completely set up now. Now you could see that if I execute the kubectl get node, still you could see that only one master is there. You are not added any worker node. Now what happened, right? You have the command for the join command. So let me do one thing. Let me do a reset. Just I'll try to set it. See, now I'll run this command. Where I need to run this command, I have to run this command in some worker node. So I'll copy it. Now you could see that it basically it get initialized and it is doing some setup, and finally it has joined the command. Now if you see it, kubectl get node, now you could see that the worker node has added, but still it is showing is not ready. So I'll do one thing. I'll just keep under the watch. So we will wait until it comes to ready. See, now it has come to ready state. Clear, sir? Now both master and worker nodes are up and running. So till here, the setup is completed now. So just let me know if you have any doubts. So see, it hardly took us 15 minutes of time, but that is fine. Okay, it took 15-minute time. We learned something, but it is good. So same thing you do 3-4 times, you will get to know perfectly. You will be able to do installation. Same thing, you have to learn the installation on your COPS. You have to learn. You have to learn the Minikube is not that much required, as I said. Even the setuping in our native cloud, right? How you set up in Google Cloud or Azure or AWS, we'll all learn that, and that is all interesting part actually. That's very good. If you know all those installation parts. So till here, are you guys have any doubt?
I think no.
Is it
Rajesh bhai,
yeah
same setup you are going to do on a work node as well, right?
same
Means
setup? Hmm.
means kubectl you have to execute there as well, right?
Yes, I have executed everything over here, sir. So whatever the steps which I did, right,
Oh,
I executed
both.
in both the nodes parallel. You saw, right? I
Oh,
was executing here as well as I came here and I was executing here. All
oh,
the things, sir. Whatever we are having here,
okay.
right? Whatever we saw here, right? See all the steps, these steps, right? These steps and all. Even Docker also you have to install it. We saw, right? Docker installed in both the nodes. Without the Docker, you cannot run.
Oh, last step, I think it will delay from my end.
Here, what
Yeah,
happened?
okay.
This step, I think you missed it or what?
No, I think some delay I faced in between. So due to that reason, I think
Yes,
no,
his screen sharing is bit delay, like around
bit
5 to 10
delay,
seconds.
correct. Due to that reason, I think,
Oh, is it so? Okay.
yeah,
Maybe. Okay. Now you could see the screens are in the worker node. You could see that. See the last step, right? You could see here. See
yeah,
this. See this. You could see here. I'm running. Before this, go up. Go up. See here. This is okay. This is done. Sudo apt-get apt. It is done. See sudo apt-get install kubelet, kubeadm, kubectl. This one. Correct. So I'm running in this
yeah,
worker node. Correct, sir?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So which you copied in your Notepad plus plus from master
This also
node.
you
So
need a.
so you
No,
executed, yeah, you executed in master node, and same thing we have to copy for
hmm,
work
the worker node.
work node. Yeah, for worker node as well, right?
Yeah. You want this one to be copied? Okay. Let me copy it. Let me put in a notepad. Okay. Okay, sir. Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear. For you,
Oh,
steps will be that Notepad plus plus steps will be different. For us, it will be different, right?
yeah, different instance like the join node, right? This will be different,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So
This will be
you have to copy from your master node whatever
correct.
output you got, right? That you have to do it. But other than all, everything is same actually. See, even these steps and all is same. You have to do the same thing over the master here. Even this exporting also master. Only with this join, right? This will be different in your case. Okay, that you just adjust it and run it in your worker node. Once you run it in the worker node, this node worker one will join the cluster and it will become a part of your Kubernetes cluster. That's what
Okay.
happens. And it should be ready state. That's what I said. So the status should always be ready. Okay. Okay. Now, see, you have a setup now. Okay. We have a setup now. Now, assume that in a company where, very big, large Kubernetes cluster is running and, you join the company, do you think that they will give access to your master node to do it, everything? No, right? They'll not allow you to log into this master node and do it. See how now I know you username and password I've logged in it, but in the company they won't allow you to log into the master. They'll give some external machine, or else you have to you have to do all Kubernetes operation by in your laptop itself, actually in your Windows machine or in Linux machine anywhere. So how to do that actually? So for example, let me do one thing. Let me go to my instance. I will create one more node, sir. I'll create one more node. Okay, let me create the Linux itself actually. Okay, I will take a Ubuntu itself. Fine, I will select the Ubuntu itself. So I need not to have a big configuration. I'll go with the T2 micro itself. So I'll click on this. So one node, the one is required. So here I'll give the tag actually. Yeah, Linux host. This is your machine actually. Assume that it's your laptop actually, where they have given a Linux machine. Linux Ubuntu they have given as an operating system, or else Windows also. I can do with the Windows also. So what I'm trying to tell here is that now here we know we have logged into the master node, but in the assume that this master is all running in the production or it is running in some secured environment. Do you think that once you join the company, once you start working, they will allow you to log into the master? No, they'll not allow you at all. What they will do, right? They will set up in your local laptop itself. So whatever I'm having my laptop right here itself, you can set it up. This is Windows, fine. I can even install in Windows. Suppose I have given in Linux also. Suppose my operating system is Linux itself, Ubuntu or Red Hat or whatever. How I can do a setup, or the administration, how they will do a setup and give, so that I can run all the commands, whatever I'm running a master node, sorry, master node, right? The same commands I can run even in my host machine also, like that. So this is some other machine. Think this as your laptop actually. So now what I will do, I'll just connect to this machine. I'll just copy this, go to the putty, and same thing, login Ubuntu. Go to the auth. Okay, open your machine. So this is your machine, sir. Okay, this is my machine actually. This is my laptop actually. So I can even say this is something like same thing. The host name CTL. What is it? Set hyphen host name. My laptop something. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have switched to the superuser and then execute the command host name CTL set hyphen host name my laptop. No problem. See, this is your laptop, my laptop. Now the thing is that actually now here I want to execute. See, suppose here I'm sitting. If I execute kubectl get node, I should get the same output of whatever I am running in my master node. See, I'm able to run in my master node, right? The same output I should be able to get here also. But what is happening is that it says that command not found. Oh, it means that I have to install the kubectl first actually. Okay. Now how to do it? See, you can go to the Google kubectl install on Linux like that, or on Ubuntu. See, install and set up the kubectl on Linux. So you have to always go with everything. You have to go to the official document itself. Now, if you come over here, what you are doing now, you are trying to only install the kubectl right here. Now, if you see here, download the latest release with the kubectl. Okay, so let me copy this.
So Rajesh bhai, here Docker is not required in this?
No, Docker is not required.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just controlling, sir. I'm just controlling. I'm
Yeah.
not creating any container in my node actually, in my
I
laptop.
okay. From your laptop, you want to connect with the master node or
Yeah,
work node. Due to that reason, you are installing
exactly.
kubectl.
Yes. kubectl only I required. That's what. See, now I just download it. Now you could see that now kubectl is downloaded with the help of this command. Now I'll do one thing. I'll do a what I'll do. I'll try to give a permission over here for the kubectl. And what I will do, I will move this kubectl command to /usr local bin. Okay, this I have moved it. Now, what is happening that here in this master, sir, if you ask me where all the configuration you have for your Kubernetes, right? All the configurations of your Kubernetes will be under etc Kubernetes. This is one of the interview questions they'll ask you. Here, all see kubelet configuration, your scheduler configuration, your controller configuration, as well as your admin is something like your API server. This configuration, see, everything configurations are there under etc Kubernetes. If you go with the PKI file, PKI, here you have all your certificates. Please understand, these are all the certificates. And this is, if you come out from the PKI file, if you go to the manifest file, these are all the manifest or the YAML files. Where and all this is used or how we can use this, we will see it later. Don't worry as of now. So what you have to understand is that actually that all your Kubernetes configuration after installing the Kubernetes, right? All the configuration of the Kubernetes will be under etc Kubernetes. This is the path. This is the path you have to say. Okay. Now what I have to do, right? What is my intent is that this file admin.conf, right? I need to somehow have to copy into my laptop here. And then I have to do some kind of a little bit setting to make it work. Now, how I have to do it here? Now, see here. Now, basically, what happened now, guys? If you what happened, right? In your AWS, right? What happened, right? By default, they will disable the password authentication. It means that I cannot directly log into these machines with the password. They have disabled it. Now, what is my intention that I need to enable the password authentication? Okay, because why I have to do that? Because I need to copy these files, admin.conf from the etc Kubernetes, this admin.conf. Somehow I have to copy this file from your master to my laptop actually. Here I have to copy. Where I have to copy? Let me copy under the /root itself. So what I have to do, I have to use some kind of a SCP command, secure copy command I have to use. But as I said earlier, by default, AWS will disable the password authentication. So I need to enable it. How to do that? See here. Just watch carefully what I'm doing. I'll go to the etc ssh ssd_conf. You need to open this file. What you have to do here? Come here, come down here. Authentication. Can you see here in the authentication you have permit root login? Okay, what you do one thing, you just disable this, remove this, and make it as yes. Okay, come down here. Then you have one more parameter, the password authentication. No, see, no, you have to disable. You have to change it to yes. Save this file. Save this file. Then do a command systemctl restart SSSD. Here, sir. Now the same stuff you have to do here also in your laptop. What you'll do, etc ssh ssd_conf. Open the configuration file. Come here. In the authentication, you hash means commenting it out means right. Uncomment this line. remove this prohibit password, change to yes, and come down here. Change this password authentication to from no to yes. Save this file. Then you execute the command systemctl restart SSD. You're restarting the SSD service. Now, once you do that, here what is happening that I need to set the root's password. So I'll say PSSWD, passwd, enter. So it is asking me to set the root password. I'll do one thing, I'll give the password as Red Hat, okay? And I'll give the password as Red Hat. So I have given the password as Red Hat. So I have set the password now. Similarly, I can even do here also. I'll give a passwd command. I'm setting the root password Red Hat, root password Red Hat. Okay, password is set. Now what I'm to do is that I need to copy the file under etc Kubernetes. I need to copy this admin file, admin.config to this machines actually. So let me check what is IP address of this machine. If I execute ifconfig command, you could see that this is my IP address. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll come here, I will say scp-r, okay, root, because I need to copy that file to the root user. That's what I'm giving as a root user. Root @ specify this IP address. But before that, what I have to do is that what you are copying it. I'm copying the admin.config file. So this is a source file. Okay. Destination, where you have to copy root @ that IP address. What is the IP address of this machine? This is the machine. Copy. Where you have to copy to the /root. Okay. Once you do an HCP,
Rajesh by add 0, it
Zero
got
missing.
missed. 70, 94.70.
oh, okay. Sorry. That's not, yeah. I missed it. Yeah, sure. So you're copying it. Say yes, it'll ask for the password. You give the password Red Hat. Now you could see that it is copying is happening. See 100%. Now if you come here, now if you execute ls, now you could see the admin.conf file is copied over here. Now what I have to do here, basically, I need to create one directory, sir. .cube like this, hidden directory, mk.cube. Move this admin conf under the .cube as a config file. That's all, sir. Now, if you execute ls-el, you could see that the .cube is there. Go to the .cube directory, .cube folder. Now you could see that config file is there. So it means that you have to rename this admin.conf as a config file. So I'm doing what I'm doing. Move command admin.conf under the .cube as a config. You're moving it. Now once you're doing it, now the setup is done. Now can you see it? If I execute the kubectl get nodes, see you're able to execute this command. See. Now, being sitting at your laptop here, you can run all the commands. See, kubectl -n, kube system, kube-system, get parts. See, you're able to, whatever the command which you are executing here in your master node, see, the same commands even I'm able to execute here in my laptop also. So what they will do, right? Similarly, they will do the same thing, sir. What in Windows they will do, right? They will copy the kubectl. You will download the kubectl.exe. What you will do, you go to the My Computer. Sorry, you go to the My Computer here. After going to My Computer, go to the C drive. Here, what happened, right? You can create one folder like this, actually. Kubernetes folder like this. Kubernetes folders. There in the Kubernetes folders, what you have to do that you need to copy that kubectl.exe. After that, what happened, right? You need to copy this path. Come over here. Come to the properties. Set the environment variable like that. Where you have to do, sorry. Where you can set the environment variable, sir? Here, advanced system setting. So I'm just telling you, see, environment variables, add or new. Here you have to give the like this and the variable like this, and then you have to say okay, like that. Now once you did it, what you have to do right here, after doing it actually, what you have to do that because my user account here, I have logged into this machine, right? My user account in my system is A80392. That is my user account. I'll go to the C drive. I'll go to the users here. Users. Under the A80392, this is my user account. Here I have to create that .cube directory like this. .cube like this. And that .cube directory in this, you need to copy this admin.conf file. This admin.conf file under etc Kubernetes. This admin.conf file, you need to copy it under here, sir, under your Windows. How you'll copy it? You can copy through WinSCP command. WinSCP, right? You have to install the WinSCP, copy it, and this admin.config, right? You need to rename as a config file. And then in Windows, if you come over here and if you execute the command like this, you open your command prompt and you run this kubectl get nodes like that. If you run it, right, you'll be able to see the output. You got it? What I'm saying? I hope you understood, right? It's the same thing what you did in Linux. Same thing in Windows. You have to download the kubectl exe, place it under your C drive somewhere, creating a Kubernetes, and set up an environment variable, path and variable, and then like copy this Kubernetes under the Kubernetes, this admin.config, copy under the .cube directory. Here I have created a .cube here, right? .cube like this. So in your user account, because suppose Shivam logs into the machine, so under user Shivam will be there. Under that he has to create .cube. Under the .cube he has to place this file. Admin.conf, he has to keep the file name as a config file. Clear, sir? Then what happened, right? In the command line, he will be able to run this command. See, so in your laptop sitting, but who will do all those things? I mean, the Kubernetes administrator will do, sir, not you. He will give the access to this file for you. He will do a separate. Yeah, he won't give directly file to you like this, because you will get the whole control of your Kubernetes cluster then.
I think I got you. Whatever you did for Linux, so same thing you try to replicate in Windows if they are installing any exe. So on desktop, if we are getting that exe file, so how we can proceed further.
Correct. So just to recap you again,
thanks, Rajesh, right? Thank you.
Okay. See, just to recap you, what I did, right, in Linux, I created one instance of Linux, that is Linux host, just to show you. Log in there over there. After logging over there, what I did, right, what I did here, after logging over there, I came back here, and then in the Google, I just went to the Cube install on Linux, open this link, and here I have just copied it. I using the curl command, you downloaded the kubectl. See, I just downloaded the kubectl. After downloading it,
Rajesh, sorry for interrupt. Rajesh, is it possible you can download kubectl.exe and we can try once?
Yeah, we can do that also. No problem. What is there in that?
Okay.
Here, what happened? No, in my Windows, right, I don't have a permission.
Oh.
Office laptop, I cannot download.
Oh, office laptop, you can't.
Yes.
Sorry, you can't.
My personal laptop, I can download it.
Yeah. No
hence,
issue.
That's the reason I avoided to show in Windows. That's what I showed in Linux actually.
Yeah, I'll try to execute same thing if I will face any issue. So of course I will share my screen so that you can guide.
Yeah, sure.
In Nexus. Yeah.
So what I'll do next class, I'll do my personal laptop. I'll do so that I can do everything. Whatever in the Linux I can do. Same thing Windows also I can do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So till here, are you clear, sir? Perfect.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
My side is fine. Interesting. Of course, it is interesting.
So we learned many of the things today. We understood.
Hello.
Login actually. Yes.
I think we lost you.
Yes.
Your voice was not coming.
So now?
Yeah, now it is fine.
Yeah. What about others, sir? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for like 10 to 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. Okay.
Effect of omnivirus then.
Rajesh bhai, sorry, I wanted to know which network connection you are using? Airtel?
No. Yeah, I'm using a broadband actually. I had an ACT, but I shifted to Excitel actually.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good actually. Excitel is also good. Okay, so coming back to here actually, so I just what I did right for doing a connectivity, SSH connectivity and all right, I have to edit this file, sir. So in this file, right, I edited 2 files actually. Okay, see here, that is one thing. See, suppose like here I'm doing a password. Suppose you say that Rajesh, I want to do passwordless. Suppose many of the guys might know this actually. See, if I go to the if you execute pwd, you have a root, and if I go to the .ssh directory, here you have an authorized key, and here you have a known host file. Fine. Now I'll do one thing. I will create some SSH keys. And see, I'm creating a SSH keys. I'm creating a public key and private key. So SSH key, then if you run and don't do anything, just enter ls, you could see that it is creating these 2 files, public key and the private key. Now what I will do, you come to a laptop, here also go to the .ssh, and here also do the same thing, ssh-keygen. This is mostly asked in a lot of interviews. So enter. Don't do anything fast phrase and all. Don't give any fast phrase here. Just say enter. I will tell you what is this fast phrase later. Okay. So enter it. Once you create it, what you are trying to do with this command means you're trying to create 2 files. So one is id_rsa and id_rsa.pub. This is a public key and this is a private key. Clear? So in both the nodes, I created these files. After that, what is happening, right? What I will do, I'll do a cat of id_rsa.pub. This is my public key. So I'm in the master. What I will do, I will copy this file. I'll go here into the laptop. Here I have one file known as a authorized key. Come to the end of the file. Just paste it over here. Save this file. Similarly, if I do a cat of and the laptop, if I do a public key, okay, see, I'm laptop. This is the public key. I'll copy this public key, come to my master. Here you have an authorized key file. Go to the end, just paste it here. Now save it. Now you could see that actually that let me create one file, touch rajesh.txt. See, I need to copy this file from my machine master to the laptop, my laptop under the root itself. See how I'll do SCP -r rajesh.txt root @ specify the IP address of this machine. What is the IP address of this machine? If config it is 0, so IP address is this. Okay, I'll copy it. Where I have to copy? See? Okay, does it ask me any password? It is not asking any password because I have placed this public key over to the authorized key in that file. So here what is happening that it is checking whether that public key is there. If it is there, oh, I don't need any password. Without the password, it's able to copy it. Similarly, you could see that I can even copy the file. What is that file? Under etc Kubernetes admin.conf, where I have to copy root @ same thing. Okay. Is it? See, I'm able to copy now. So you come here and you do an ls. Now you could see that admin.conf file is there as well as rajesh.txt. Is it clear, sir? This is a very, very basic thing which I'm telling you in Linux.
So Rajesh, it is vice versa. From laptop also we can copy into that master.
Yeah. Same thing here. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Touch Shivam. We can copy it. scp-r Shivam file root @ specify the IP address of your master node. If config it is 0, so I'll copy this IP address. Come over here, paste it, and where I have to copy /root. I'm not giving any password. See, it has copied. When I do an ls, see, this file is here. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Clear. Okay. Now, what I told you today's class is that actually we will be doing some kind of an administrative task today with your this one. Okay. So this is okay, no sir. Do we want this server? We don't need it. So I'll do exit it out. I'll exit out. I don't need this server. Okay. I'll exit it out, and here I also will go and I will try to terminate. Why I have to unnecessarily make it run? I'll terminate the session. So I don't want to run it. So just to show you about how you can set up externally, right? Okay, now coming back to here. Okay, now come back to here. What we are learning today, what we have to learn today is that we have to learn about your kubeadm or cluster Kubernetes cluster reset actually. So that is our main talk. That there are some few administrative aspects other which you have to learn today. So what is the agenda today is that we have to learn about the Kubernetes cluster reset, and also we can learn about Kubernetes delete node actually. Okay. Now, what is Kubernetes cluster reset? Now you know very well that actually we have, whenever you have a Kubernetes cluster, right? Basically, you will have a master node. You have a master node, and you have a worker node, right? Worker 1, worker 2, like that, right? So you have a master node, and here you have a worker 1, worker 2, like worker node 1, worker node 2, like that, right? So you have many of the worker nodes. Similarly, what happened, right? In many of the places, it's not like only one master node will be there. There will be more than one master node, right? There will be one more master node. Something like this would be master node 2. Master node 2. And this is nothing but your master node 1. Correct? Master node 2. Because as we know that if one master goes down, we have one more master node, Kubernetes master node, which can serve the service, right? And basically these two nodes, right? What we will do, we'll add a load balancer. We'll create a load balancer. We have a load balancer over here, and we can connect both these servers to the load balancer like this. Correct? Now, what is a cluster, Kubernetes cluster reset actually? See, what is happening that in a master node, you know very well that there are many components are there. You have a controller, you have an API server, right? You have an API server, you have a controller, you have a scheduler. We know very well, right? From the architecture, we understood that these are all the components what we have in our master nodes, scheduler, as well as a controller, correct? And also you have a etcd, right? Controller. Now assume that when you're working on a master node, assume that any one of the components is not properly working. It means that particularly this pod is not properly, or API server itself is not working. Assume that you are having only one master node. Okay, well, there's only one master node. There is no other master. Only one is there. Assume that, and any one of the component is not actually properly working. If that particular component is not working, you can assume that the whole master node is not working. Correct? If any one of the component or any one of the pod is not up and running, or it is having some issues, what happened, right? As an engineer, Kubernetes admin, you will try to debug that particular pod. It means that you will try to triage it. What is the issue? You will go with lot of extent to understand that why this pod has gone down or why I'm not able to make it up. Assume that you did a lot of trial and error and triage the issue. Still, if you're not able to make it up, or if you're not able to triage the issue, you're not able to fix it. At the end, what you'll think about, let me do a reset of the whole master node itself. Let me do a reset of the whole master node. So whenever you want to do how to do a reset of the whole master node or any node. So we have a command known as a kubeadm reset. This is the command, sir. Kubeadm reset is a command to reset it actually. And this is a very useful command, and we oftenly do lot of times we will be doing reset when you are working on a system. You'll get the scenario well and all will be doing reset, but you would ask me, Rajesh, if my cluster is up and running, why I have to do the reset and again, right? What is the need of doing the reset? So one scenario I told you that if any one of the component is not working or if it is not up, then you have to do a reset actually. You don't have any other option. It's not like that you need to reboot the machine or you have to reinstall the whole OS. No, it is not like that. You have to only reset the whole Kubernetes master node. Now you know that actually when you're doing a resetting, what the reset will do that it will try to kill all your pods which are running. Oh, it will try to kill it. It will mean that it will going to deassociate all those parts which are running. So all the components like API server, scheduler, controller, even the HC also. Suppose that you have an HC database. So suppose assume that you have an HCD database, which is also part of the node itself. It is inside your Kubernetes node. So even this will also get reset, sir. This will also get reset actually. Okay. Now this will also get reset. So it means that once you're doing a Kubernetes reset, everything will get reset. Even your network pod also, whatever you have a network pod, right? I use the Wave network, right? Wave network pod. Even that Wave network pod also will get reinitialized. It'll also even get reinitialized. Okay, resetted actually, you can say. Now, so that is one thing. Now assume that actually that if you are having an HA or high availability, so like you are having more than one master node. Suppose this master node goes down, but this master node is up and running. Okay, what I can do, I can make this master node get into a drain mode. Mode means it will become inactive. It means that no other work will be taken care by this node, and then I can do a kubeadm reset and I can initialize everything. Once you complete the kubeadm reset, once it completes it, what you can do, you can run again. You can run this kubeadm init, you can do, which we know, right? Initialize it. We can run again kubeadm. That's how we will do it, sir. Okay. Similarly, like that, the same way, even though some particular worker node is not properly working, it is not properly working. So you can run a kubeadm reset command over here also. Okay, to reset it completely. Once it reset it completely, whatever the node which has already joined to the master node, that association will get deassociated. It means that the connection will be lost. Again, you need to reset. Again, you need to join the worker node to the master node. So again, how we will do it from sitting here, what so this is what it is, and we will see some few stuffs over here. So let's see the practicals now. Okay, so this is what it is. Now assume that actually, so this is the master and this is the node. We know very well now. Okay. Now, yeah, one more thing now. Like one more thing, we say there are some 4 phases are there, sir. There are some 4 phases are there. Like for example, what are those 4 phases actually? If you see the official document also, there also they're given the first is nothing but the pre-flight. The second is nothing but the update -cluster -status. The third is nothing but your remove XCD -ember. Okay, and the fourth is cleanup node. Cleanup-node. So these are the 4 phases actually. Now you say that actually, Rajesh, I need to do a reset actually. But what is happening that my HC database, whatever it is there, right? This should be skipped actually. This should not get reset. Let the other components get reset. I don't want my etc database to be reset because all the important information of the Kubernetes cluster will be there in the etc database, right? We know very well, right? I don't want to lose that. Let the other components get reset. So then in that case, what is happening is that you can actually use a skip phase. Same thing. For example, I'll say kubeadm. So I know the very well I have to do the reset actually. So I'll say kubeadm reset -f and skip -phases and specify this phase. Remove HCD, remove HCD member. Now, when I do it, when I run this command, what this command will do, it will reset all the components, API server, scheduler, controller, view network, but it will not do on to the etc database. So this etc database will be as it is. Okay. So this is what it is. So why we have these phases, particularly you want to skip some phase actually, then you can use this first. Okay. So this is what the theory part actually. And if you go to the Google and if you just do a yeah.
Yeah.
Kubernetes
So
cluster.
for master node 1 and master node 2, so for both there would be different etcd database, or for both it will be same database?
No, HC database will always be there in your master node, sir.
Yeah,
Here.
but
Okay.
yeah, master node 1 and master
Yeah.
node 2 we have.
Yes.
So how many
Yeah.
etcd database will be?
Yes.
1 or 2?
No, here each and every, because here it is a separate configuration, right? The etc database will be same itself. See what is happening, right? What it happens, right? When you're having an HA proxy, when you're having a HA high availability, right? Now what is happening that the data sync between these two master node will be happening. Okay, it will be happening. It means that whatever the cluster information is there, the whole cluster information will be there in the etc database, even in master node 1, even in master node 2, same data will be there.
No, like when in master node 1, suppose we have 2 master node as per picture. So kubectl, when we are installing, so everything, all node, all pod will be installed, right?
Correct.
Master
Yes.
node 1. Again,
Yes.
we are proceeding for master node 2. So there will be
Yes.
other
Same.
for master
Yes.
node 2. It will be same
Yes.
pods or etcd
Correct.
database will
Yes.
be
Yes.
available. So
Correct.
means for both master node we have 2 etcd database, right?
We have the respective etc database.
Right.
But what is happening is that actually we will do this. I will show it, sir. In the next session, I have to show this. How to
Because my
make
concern is how
yeah.
replication happened. If we are removing etcd database, should we not be part of that reset? So, or something is going down or something, how replication will be happening between both? This is my concern.
That's what I will show you. That's that's
Okay.
the next upcoming topic actually.
Okay.
What
Okay.
are you asking now? So this is HA high availability also. I will show in the next class, or else in another 1 or 2 session. I have to show this practical also. How the data sync happened between the master node 1 to master node 2. Those things and all I have to explain it. Here, just in the high level, I'm saying that because of maintaining the high availability, let me create one more master node and let me have a sync up of these 2 nodes, and if one node goes down, the other node will serve the service, like that I told. Okay, so now so what I'm trying to tell you here, that when you do an kubeadm reset, the whole reset of this entire thing will happen. Even the etc database, if it is inside the master node, it will happen. Suppose assume that etc database you are not kept within the master node itself, you are kept outside in some other node, one more node you have kept. So this is a separate node you have kept. Then in that case, what happened, right? If you do a kubeadm reset, it will not affect to this ETS database. It will not affect to the ETS database. Clear, sir? If it is outside your master node. Okay. Now what is happening is that actually these are the 4 phases. So if you go to the Google and if you do a cluster kubeadm, not kubeadm, okay, whatever kubeadm reset you got, if you open the kubeadm reset, now you could see that these are the 4 phases, right, which I was explaining it, right? kubeadm, pre-flight, update cluster status, remove HCD member, clean up node, everything fine. And these are all the options we will see it actually. Okay, and this is what, suppose you want to reset even the external, you have to clean it up, then you have to do ECTDL, you have to use this actually. So how we have to do this? I have to use like this. So this is what the external, what is saying in the document. kubeadm reset will not delete any HCD data if the external HCD data is used. That means that if you run a kubeadm init again using the same HCD endpoint, you will see the state from the previous cluster itself. To wipe out even the HCD database, it is recommended even with the client, you have to run this command actually. but it's not like that you have to run this directly. You have to run like this actually. I have not tried it out because just reading the document I'm saying. So, kubeadm reset and then just copy this. So if there is any external write, it will also do a reset of your external etc database. This one. So in interview they'll ask you this question: how you reset when the databases you have made it as external? You have to say that etc del. You have to use this option along with the kubeadm reset command. Clear, sir? Now if you see here, if I execute the kubectl get node, so both these nodes are up and running. Okay. Now what I will do, let me do one thing. Let me have one more instance here. Let me have one more instance of this master node just to show you. So let me copy this public IP4 address, and I log in again as a Ubuntu. Now you know that. See, now I have given the root password as Red Hat. Correct. Now can I directly log in? See, if I do a root @ and specify this IP address, public IP address, and say enter. I'm not giving any authentication. See, I'm giving Red Hat. See, I'm able to log in directly. Is it clear, sir? Because I have given the root password as Red Hat. Okay, master node. And you know to do sudo su because already you are in the root. But here what is happening that, okay, let me do one thing. Let me root @ this is IP appearance. Let me change it to, and let me default. I need not to go give auth and all because it's not required now. So I can directly log into the password Red Hat. See, I'm able to log into this master node. Now what I will do here, I'll do one thing. I'll just keep for the watch. So watch. So I'll keep for the watch. Now you'll see that I will go to the master. What I will do, kubeadm reset. Now before saying that, there are two things, sir. Now for the Kubernetes configuration, you know that under etc Kubernetes, we have all this configuration, right? This is a configuration for your whole Kubernetes cluster. Similarly, if I want to see where is the database of HCD, this database, HCD database, we could go to the /var lib HCD. See, this is your database, sir. So they'll ask an interview, where is your HCD? /var lib HCD, you have to say. And here you have a member. Go to the CD member. And here you can go with the wall. This is the complete database of your this one, sir. See, this is a database actually. Okay. Now come out here. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll say kubeadm. I'll say reset. Let's see what I'm doing. I'm resetting the whole master itself. Now, see what it says. It's stopping the kubeatl service. It is unmounting a mounting directory. See /var lib kubectl like that. It is in. Now here coming back to here. See, still it is running ready. Now you will see that suddenly these things will go off now. Right? It is still doing a reset.
This is why in place of that putty we can use git bash as well, right?
Yeah, git bash also I can. Yes, no problem. See, the reset has completed. But you could see that actually it said that reset process has not cleaned the CNI. Whatever you have a wave network pod, right? It has not removed this file. That's what he's saying. But it has already resetted. Okay. Now, if you come to here, I have kept the watch here. It has lost the connection, right? The whole stuff has gone, right? Now you could see that come over here. Again, go back to the etc Kubernetes. See, nothing is there. Even if you go to the manifest file, nothing is there. Come out here. Go to the PK file. See, nothing is there. Let me do one thing. Let me go to the /var lib HCD ls. See, nothing is there. Everything is wiped out. Clear? Everything is wiped out. Now what I will do? I'll say kubeadm init. I will run it again. See, I'm initializing the Kubernetes again. See, now you could see that it took some 4 minutes, but it will be very quick. It has resetted everything. See, it is recreating the pod again, Cube API, Cube server. See, everything is completed. Now you could see that now again it is back, but it is not ready. Correct? Now if you come over here, now again what you can do, you can run this command. We know very well now. We run this command again. Run this command. And again, what is happening that let me copy this and keep it in my notepad. Okay, I need it, right? This one. Right. So now what is happening is that it has come now, but still it is not, it has come to the ready state. But you could see that actually now, okay, I've reset it. Now I'll go back to again to the etc Kubernetes. Now you could see that again you got back all those files, and if you go to the manifest files, you could see that these files are there. Even if you go to the PK file, you'll get all kind of certificates. So let me go to the last /varlib HCD, see whether the member is there. Okay, so database has come back now. Clear, sir? Now what is happening is that now if you see kubectl get or kubectl-n cube-system get pods. Now you could see that the core DNS and all, it is showing status as content creating, and you could see that the wave network or the wave network pod is not there. It means that during the reset, even that also has gone. So now what you have to do that you have to go to the net again, copy this wave network, come over here again, run this. See, now you execute the kubectl. Now you could see that the wave network has come now. Now this will come immediately into the running state. Okay, it is coming to the running state. Okay, it will come to the running state. See, now all has come to the running state. So here also obviously it is in a running state. Now what is happening that already you had, so now you can copy this again. You can copy this again, kubeadm join, and you can go to your worker node, and again you can paste it over here. But here what happened, right? When you run this, it is saying that already this file exists. Oh, because you already did a previous connection, right? The kubeadm join you did it for the worker node. Already this file exists, so it is not able to allow you to again rejoin it. So let me do one thing. Let me do a kubeadm reset here also in your worker node. So it will take just some 30 seconds to reset it. Clear, sir? It has done it. Now let me clear the screen. Let me rejoin now. Kubeadm join. See, now it is allowing you to join. Right? Now you go back here. You already kept for the watch. See, now it is not ready. Now immediately it will come in the ready state. See, worker node has come in a ready state. Clear, sir? So now what we did, right? We did the reset for the whole stuff actually, right? Now you'll say that no, Rajesh, I don't want this. I don't want to reset the database. It should be as it is. So same thing can go. You can go here, again do a kubeadm reset. Okay, what you have to do? -FN skip -phase. Oh, I want to reset the whole stuff, but I don't want to reset my database, etc member. So let me check the spelling. etc remove etc member. Correct, sir? Okay. Now see. Okay. Again, you are doing a reset. So this time you are not doing the reset of your database, sir. That means the database, the data, what is there in the HCD will remain as it is. You're not touching that. Okay. So it will take some time. Just to show you that, suppose you want to skip some phase, actually, you have to use -f and skip -phase and specify that phase actually. So here I'm skipping the etc phase. Now you could see that if I go to the etc Kubernetes, it has resetted the whole thing. It means that whatever the admin.conf, all that, everything has wiped out. See, even this is nothing. Even the PK file is also, the PK directory is also nothing. But if you go to the /var lib and it etcd and say, let's see, still this member is there. Under the still it is there. It means the database has not gone anywhere. Yes, sir. Database is not gone anywhere. So this is the only purpose to show you that you can skip any one of your component to be resetted with the help of the -f and skip -paste like this. Now again the same thing. What I have to do? Again, I have to do a kubeadm init. I have to initialize it. But while initializing it, it will show you some error saying that it is not empty, because already the database is there, right? It is. So what you will do, you can go to the /var lib etcd, do one thing, remove that whole member directory. I'm removing it. Now again do a kubeadm init. Now it will go fine. Now it will go fine. Right? So again the same thing, sir. You have to run again the same stuff over here. You have to copy it, run it, copy it, run it, copy, run it, export, run it. Again, you copy this one, keep it in your notepad. Your notepad. Now you see that once I did it, now you see that it has come to ready state. Okay. Now what you have to do, that you have to join it. So I have to run the command. If join, where to join, you have to join to the worker node, right? You have to copy this and again go to the worker node, copy it, but again it will throw error saying that already it exists. Here also do the same thing, kubeadm reset, and then you join the node again back. Okay, now again you join it. Okay, now it will allow you to join. Correct. Now you could see that does it all. But as I said, right, what happened during the reset? What had happened? You have lost even the network pod. Don't worry about the commands. We will slowly learn these commands and all in upcoming classes. You could see that still the core DNS it is in a container creating because we don't have a Weave network or we don't have any network pod. The same stuff, go here, copy this, kubectl, upload network now. We can give a watch here. So now Weave network has come. This will also come into the running state now. Clear, sir? Okay. Now what? So now what we are doing, that we have understood like how to do a resetting of your master node, right? And how to skip some one phase also. Some phases you want to skip, and that's all. Now, if you see it here, now you say that Rajesh, I don't want this worker node to be a part of the cluster. I want to delete it. You will say, I don't want it. So if you give the kubectl get node, get -node, you'll say that I don't want to be part of this. I don't want this node to be part of it. So what you can do, you can say kubectl delete node and specify this name actually, worker one. It has been deleted. Now if you execute the kubectl get node, now you could see that the node has gone. Now again you say that Rajesh, again I want to make this worker node to be a part of the cluster. What I have to do? You have to again run the join command. See, again, you have to run the join command. But when you're running it, it says that already there's something. Again, do a kubeadm reset here. See? Now you understood the use case of the kubeadm reset, right? Because now already you have made one of the node out of the cluster. Again, you want to make it rejoin. But while rejoining it, there might be some older files which is already there. It is not, you have to reset it, right? That's the reason I did a kube reset. Now again, I have to join it now. See, now I have made the join. Now come back here over here. So we have made it join. Now come back here. Again, do a kube get node. Now again, your worker one has come back. See, now it has been added. Clear, sir? How to delete? If anybody asks you how to say, sir, kubectl delete node and specify the name of the name worker one. If it is worker 2, worker 3, you have to give that name. Okay, that's how you have to give it. Is it clear, sir, till here?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. Okay, sir. So this is I'm supposed to cover 2 more important things. You know what is it? Is mean what are those topics? One is a Kubernetes upgrade one, and one is other is a Kubernetes tokens, actually tokens and CA certificates. But I think we will not be able to cover today because it's already 10 to 30 now. So we'll stop it the session today, and this we will do it in a next session. So to give a hint, actually, what you have to do that you have to go to the Google. Same thing, sir. Nothing. kubeadm upgrade the cluster. You have to give. See, upgrade the cluster. You have to just read this article. See how you can upgrade it. See, there's a big procedure is there to upgrade it. Same thing here. After kubeadm token. See, this you have to read it. This is a very important thing, sir. Most of the intro questions, some of the intro questions will come under your Kubernetes token also here. Okay, if you come over here and if you go to the kubeadm join, here you will get all those token options here. Here you will see that all those token options come over here. So this is what, see, using with a kubeadm join, and after that discovering what the CS trust actually, and this is an OpenSSL. This and all I have to discuss, sir, in the next class. So I'm just telling you what we will be discussing over the next class. So this will take me around half an hour to 45 minutes. Once this completes, I have to start learning. We have to understand about what is a pod and what is a namespace and how to write the first manifest file. Manifest or YAML file. This is our agenda for the next week, sir. This is for the day 4 session. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Any doubts, sir, before we wind up?
So yeah, so Rajesh, like we saw 4 phases, right? I understood the 3, but pre-flight phase, what is that? I'm not sure. Like, can you help me to understand?
Where pre-flight, huh?
Pre-flight, yeah. What is that phase?
Even I have not tried out, but there's a phase, sir, pre-flight phase also. Even I'm also not very clear what is this pre-flight stage actually.
I have seen that blog, but I'm not able to make it out. Yeah, that's
where is it? kubeadm. There could be some use case, sir. Run preset pre-flight check. Maybe what happened, right, sir? Whatever the pre-flight checks, whatever it has to do the checks, sir. Checks, right? Like for example, it is doing checks on, like whether that's all initial things or whatever it is doing, right? When you're doing kubeadm init, right? It is doing
kind of like a pre-check then.
Pre-checks and all, right? That also you can skip it actually.
Okay.
So something like that actually. See, running pre-flight checks actually, reading the configuration from the cluster like this. So these are all the pre-flight checks it is doing. You can even skip this also.
Okay, let me dig into that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's all. But most important is this one, sir. This and
etc.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, and this one. This is deprecate it says, and even the run cleanup node actually. You don't want to do a lot of cleanup activity onto the node actually. You can even skip this also. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
good
sir.
for today, Rajesh. Yeah.